Why is your car accident settlement taking so long? I'm going to tackle this topic in this video, and what we're going to discuss is, first and foremost, two major factors that actually play together that are the biggest factors determining how long your case is going to take to eventually settle. Then I'm going to talk about the factors that neither you nor a lawyer representing you can control that affect how long a case takes. And then ultimately stick around to the end, because we're going to talk about how your lawyer may be the cause of delay and what signs to look for that may show you that the lawyer is actually what's delaying your case. Before we get into it, let me introduce myself. I'm Ted Spalding. I'm an Atlanta personal injury trial attorney representing plaintiffs all the way through trial for the past 20 plus years, both in Georgia and throughout the country. And I've started this channel to try to help people, give them some of my knowledge that I've learned over these 20 plus years, so you can become one of two things: a more informed client for a personal injury lawyer, or more informed claimant who is handling one of these on your own. Either one of those, very, very valuable. You need to know what's going on, even if you are represented by a lawyer. A good informed client is a good personal injury plaintiff, ultimately. So hopefully this video helps with this topic. So let's dive right in. What are the two factors working together that are the biggest ones telling you how long your case is going to take and why it may be slow right now? Well, those are, first, what are your injuries and how long are you going to need to be treating? 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. That's going to affect it, in combination with how much insurance coverage is available. I tell people all the time, 99% of these cases, it's all about insurance coverage. It's very rare you've got a commercial company that has assets that can pay above insurance. So oftentimes you're stuck with limits of how high in insurance you can go. That's the combination. Now, how does that work? What do you mean, Ted? Well, here's how it works. In Georgia, for instance, the state minimum in a car wreck case is $25,000. If in combination with your injury, you were knocked unconscious, you have multiple broken bones, you're in the hospital for 4 days, and there's only $25,000 in coverage, that is going to be a very quick case. That's not good, because you've already reached $25,000 in case value in those first 4 days, both because of your medical costs and the massive pain and suffering that you do have already, and they know you will have going forward. You're going to get your $25,000 very quickly. You may not even need a lawyer for it, because it's that easy. So that's how it works together. The opposite would be, you've got that going on, and you learn that there's $1 million in coverage. That's going to be a very long case. Well, gosh, why? Because it's a good thing case-wise. Why? Because you can get all the treatment you need, unlike the first scenario, because your case isn't worth $1 million yet. You're 4 days in. Yes, you got massive injuries. We know it's going somewhere in the future. You might have to have surgeries again. Who knows where you're headed? It might be 6 months of treatment, or it might be 3 years of treatment. We don't know yet, but it's going to be big. But you have to let the treatment play itself out, because when you have enough insurance, as your lawyer, you're wanting to get all the treatment in the can before you go to settle. Why? Because the insurance company is not going to give you credit for future things. They're not going to pay you for it, because they're always suspect that, oh, she's not going to actually have that done. Okay, so you have to have the actual treatment first to get the value of it. And when you have $1 million, it takes a lot of treatment, and therefore pain and suffering, and actually have gone through it first to warrant a case valuation that high. Okay, so that's how these two things play together. That's why I often tell people, if your case is very fast and quick, like you see on these TV commercials, oh, we're going to get your settlement really fast, blah, blah, that's not normally a good thing. It might be a good thing for you personally. You're not that injured, but it means you don't have that big of a case. and it settles very quickly. Or even worse, you're massively hurt and there was very little in insurance coverage. That's not good. So that's how those two play together. So you have a better idea of why you need to be in this potentially for the long haul, because the insurance company is not going to settle and just pay you limits on a massive insurance policy until you've been through all the pain and suffering. You've been through all the treatment. You have the bills to present. You've got to have all of that. Now, what are the two factors that neither you nor your lawyer, if you have one, can change that may be delaying how quickly your car accident case settles? Well, number one, it takes two to tango, right? So it takes the other side willing to settle as well. You can settle all day you want, and you could even be generous in the offers that you're presenting to try to get it settled. But if the other side does not want to settle the case for some reason, and there's oftentimes a multitude of reasons, many of which have nothing to do with the actual value of your case. That's the sad reality. It's not going to settle. So you're going to have to keep moving it forward. Then number two, if you're in litigation, meaning you have a lawsuit that's been filed, so there's an opposing attorney on the other side, there's a judge, you're moving your case toward trial, that's the other factor. You do not have full control on how quickly your case moves through discovery, moves through to, does the judge force a mediation to try to settle it, or the trial of your case. In Georgia, for instance, we tell people that typically in each county, by the way, and judge within each county has a different calendar. Some are more busy than others, may take longer to get to trial. We tell folks at least a year to 2 years from filing to get your case to trial. So you're looking at that. Remember, your only legal right at the end of the day is to try your case to a jury. Before that, it takes both sides willing to settle it. So you're filing suit, you need to be prepared. This may take a year to 2 years, even more. I just had a trial in March, and it took us 6 years to get to trial. Now, we had COVID. Client was still treating through a lot of the litigation. We didn't want to try the case till he was fully done for the reasons we've talked about earlier. We had to be able to present all that evidence to the jury. So you never know how long it's going to take. But your lawyer doesn't have full control over that. You don't either. It takes two to tango, and it takes the judge court system to kind of work through things. Now, as I teased early on, when is it actually your lawyer that likely is causing the delay? Well, again, worst case, we're wanting you to get all the treatment you need first before we do what's called a demand to the insurance company to start negotiations. If you're done with treatment and you've been done for a while and your lawyer hasn't done a demand yet, that's a lawyer problem. Your lawyer is too busy and has not quickly moved to get in front of the insurance company after you're done with treatment to see if the case will settle. And that's whether it's in suit or it's out of suit. You've got a lawyer problem. It needs to be fixed. You need to get with your lawyer. You need to find out, why is it taking so long? You might have a lawyer problem. That's that simple, folks. There should be no delay on your lawyer side. Your lawyer should want to move it fast. If there is delay and it sounds like it's your lawyer, writing's on the wall. So be careful out there. It does happen, unfortunately. Yes, lawyers can get busy. Yes, they can be in trial, and that is a fair excuse, but it shouldn't be months and months and months you're sitting around. Hey, I've been done with treatment. What's going on? You're not hearing. Nothing's moving. Yeah. Red flags all over the place. So be careful out there. I hope this has helped. I hope this video helps you answer these questions and helps you in your claim. Thanks for watching.